We took a short road trip through Ontario Cottage Country in the summer of 2025. The scenery was so pretty that I took many pictures as we traveled. Welcome to my adventures with MS, or multiple sclerosis. After spending a week at Elmhirst Resort on Rice Lake, we drove to Huntsville, Ontario. We broke up this trip with 2 stops, one for butter tarts and one for coffee. Our first stop was in Buckhorn. Driving from Elmhirst to Buckhorn, we passed through Keene, Ontario. It turns out that as I was videotaping this part of the drive, the radio in the car was on. So I'm going to change the background sound from the drive to something else. In Lakefield, Ontario, we got a little turned around between the GPS and the road signs, and ended up seeing a bit more of Lakefield than originally expected.
This is where we came out of right here, and they wouldn't let us go this way.
Right,
But
now we're
I
going to
don't
go.
see why we can't. There's really no reason why we couldn't have done that. Now we're over to Locks,
Yep.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty spectacular.
Yep. We found the shop for the butter tarts on the side of the highway in Buckhorn. Okay, so although it's hard to read the Buckhorn Country Mart sign, they make baked goods and it's a convenience store, but mainly we're here for the baked goods. You're supposed to have really good butter tarts. My brother stopped here last year and picked some up and they were yummy. So we're trying to do that today. The one frustrating part for me is that I can't go in and see them because it is not accessible. There's steps going up there and they have absolutely no way of getting wheelchair into their country mart. So that's where we are. As you can see, we were successful in getting butter tarts. Our next stop was in Bobcaygeon for coffee. We could have stopped at a Tim Hortons, but what's the fun of that? Because I can get Tim Hortons at home. So instead, I decided to try the Kindred Coffee Bar. Okay, so I should mention while we're in Bobcaygeon, one of the reasons we stopped here was because my husband has been singing the Tragically Hip song about Bobcaygeon for the better half of this week, because he wanted to stop and see it. It is accessible. There is a ramp right there. However, the parking lot's pretty full, so I'm just gonna stay in here. It's a small parking lot and there's lots of cars, and so my husband's gone in to get me some coffee, and we're not going to try to get my wheelchair out of the car and me out of the car and all of that rest. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the coffee. That is an Old Dog Brewery across the street. As we drove from Bobcaygeon to Huntsville, the scenery changed from the Kawartha Lakes region through the Haliburton Highlands to Muskoka.
There's water here. Let's take a picture of it.
Woo! Water!
Did you see there's tons of boating people here, right?
Yep.
It's like boat central.
Yep. I hope you're enjoying my video. If so, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. As I said earlier, I took lots of pictures. This trip reminded me of how beautiful the Ontario landscape really is. We normally take Highway 11 to Huntsville, but as we were going from Rice Lake, we got to see the landscape from a slightly different perspective. We passed through Dorset, and approached Highway 60. We passed multiple moose crossing signs, as well as deer crossing signs. This is why I love getting out of the city and back to nature.
There's Kawartha Dairy right there. There's a line up there.
Of course there is. Ice cream.
There are condos. Nine by those. Hey, you're supposed to be holding on to the tarts.
Yeah. They made it all the way to here.
What's wrong? Like, why are you not holding?
And I lost them right at the end.
Literally, you're supposed to be holding on to them.
I know, and I missed them. I dropped them at the very last minute while we're actually in Huntsville.
Yeah.
I didn't get a picture of the fallen butter tarts, but a couple of them did lose part of their filling. That's okay, they still tasted really great. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks for watching.